and it goes, praise the Lord. Skins lined up on a wall from when I'm bored. I'm from Nauru, I'm in the right mood. And if you like the way this flows, well, that's cool. See, this is no illusion, the style is too confusing.
Yo. What up, Raider Nation? Welcome in. Get a like, share, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Auto download on the Spotify and Apple Pods or wherever you get your audio pods. Don't forget our sponsor, shebangboutique.com, SHEEbangboutique.com. All right, look, so we talked about everything else, the coaches. We got the staff in. Just did the O-line coach video, right? We even talked about some draft picks already, but we jumped the gun a little bit. We got to speak on which free agents that's on the Raiders right now that we're going to keep. All right. The list of them are Stokes, Elandon Roberts, Lonnie Johnson, Jamal Adams, Malcolm Koonce, that's on defense. Offense, Zamir White, Alex Bachman, Stone Forsythe, Tyler Lockett, Raheem Mostert, Dylan Parham, Kenny Pickett, Ian Thomas. Special teams, long snapper, Jacob Bobenmeyer and Moyer and Cash Money Carlson. Let's start right there. Are we going to bring back Cash Money? He wasn't Cash Money this year. Now, I understand there was some issues with the Bobenmeyer guy. He wasn't one of the best long snappers in the league. Otherwise, he wouldn't even be a free agent. They usually don't let those guys hit free agency if they're good. So he did end the season with that 60-yarder. To win that last game of the season. So that was kind of cool. That left a good taste in everybody's mouth, so to speak, right? That left a good impression that him making that last kick. Had he missed that last kick, then everybody would be thinking about all of the kicks that he missed, right? The extra point that he missed against Jacksonville, and then we end up losing by one, right? The kick that he missed against Denver, right? And there was at least one more. So, he wasn't Cash Money this year. But overall, I think he's a decent kicker. And, man, for me, kickers are kickers. If you can't find one better, then just keep them. I'm down to keep Cash Money. All right, moving on to offense. So, Parham. Parham is not a bad player, hasn't been a bad player for the Raiders. That's what I'm saying. I'm down to keep Parham. Also on offense, Zamir White. I'm out on Zamir White. Zamir White, thumbs down. He can go. Tyler Lockett, thumbs down. He can go. He was brought in as kind of like a rental guy. He's a Pete Carroll guy, right? Yeah. He's going to be taking reps from younger guys. He's not a number one X receiver like we need. He's taking reps from young guys like Besh or even Trey Tucker. I'm not saying that Trey is a young guy anymore, but Trey Tucker kind of has solidified that slot position, was playing decent football. Decent, I'm not going to say good football, but taking reps away from Dante Thornton perhaps. Maybe even we can take a look at a guy on the practice squad, Bo Jackson's nephew, right? We don't need a guy like Lockett, I don't think, hanging around. Perhaps if he was a number one X-type receiver, then it would be a different story. But, yeah, no. So I'm no on Lockett. That brings me to Mostert. Mostert, I'm 50-50. Reason why, I don't know what type of budget they're trying to have for the running backs, right? They already got a lot of money going to the running backs because the 6th overall draft selection of Genty. So Genty's making a nice little piece of change. We're going to get rid of Zamir. Then they got Lauby, right? So you're going to need 2 more guys here. So I'm thinking, go ahead and let Mostert run one back, man. Veteran guy. I think he could thrive in that stretch situation, right? That make a cut and go. I think Mostert might could set it off in that. So I'm leaning towards keeping Mostert, man. I said 50-50. I'm saying keep Mostert now. All right. Parham and Mostert so far on offense. Offensively, Kenny Pickett, Ian Thomas, thumbs down and thumbs down. Both of those guys can go. We can use Runyon. We got the guy like Alex O. These guys are in the mix on the practice squad. Fill in tight ends, developmental tight ends, spot duty, if you will, tight ends, which is all we need currently because we have Bowers and Mayer. Maybe next year we can revisit this, or if they trade Mayer or something, we can revisit this with Ian Thomas, but I'm thinking he's gone too. Ian Thomas out of here as well. So now, Bobin Moyer, if we can find a better long snapper, he's definitely out of here as well. Address that. Now, that's the offense. Let's go defense. Koonce. Man, this is a tough one. Koonce, this is what I think. He's going to snap back to that end of 23 form that we saw this coming season. He's going to snap back this year. This is going to be the year. The reason I say that is because, think about it, those ACL tears usually they're healed up, right? But psychologically, mentally, the guy doesn't really make it back. I don't care what sport it is until that next season, right? The first season when he comes back from ACL tear is never like a great year. Never. Maybe Adrian Peterson's only dude that came back and was like, got it immediately back cracking. So I'm saying re-up Koonce to a team friendly. It's got to be some team friendly though, and something that he can live with as well. But I also feel him if he got an offer somewhere else, flyer offer, for more years with more security force found, by all means, I wouldn't be mad at him taking that. But, all things being equal, I think the Raiders could sign him as some team friendly. I'm thinking 2 years, 30, the second year as an option. And then, when that second year starts, if he got double-digit sacks or something, 14 sacks or something crazy, right? Then he could renegotiate that between that next year, that first and second year of this next deal. You know what I'm saying? So, they could let him play at 15 and risk letting him walk, or they could tear up that option and re-sign him to something cool because he came with the crazy season, right? So I'm saying re-sign Koonce. Jamal Adams. At first, I was like, scratch Jamal Adams. I got a list right there. I scratched them off. But I'm thinking about the 3-4 defense that they changed into. And he already played a little outside backer already. He already got a little outside backer under his belt. I'm wondering if he can't be like some type of a joker type of guy, right? A football player type of guy, come off the blade, cover the flat, cover tight ends. I'm 50-50 on Jamal. I'm thinking we might, man. I'm gonna say yeah on Jamal too. I'm gonna say yeah on Jamal. Devin White. Devin White is a definite yeah for me. He set a record in tackles. Yeah, some of the tackles, as I pointed out, was after he didn't cover well or whatever, got beat on coverage, but that's coverage, right? He can work on that. But when he gets his hands on you, he's gonna bring you down. And we need linebackers. We only have Cody Lindenberg and Eichenberg. Lindenberg and Eichenberg. I forget their first names. Number 44, number 55. Those are the only backers that we have signed under contract. So we bring back Koonce, who's essentially an outside backer, Jamal Adams, Devin White. Those two guys that I mentioned, Eichenberg and Lindenberg, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. And then they can perhaps draft somebody. They're going to have to draft somebody or go in free agency, pick up somebody. I just saw a news flash. The Bears are going to be releasing Tremaine Edmonds. So that might be a guy that the Raiders are going to be looking at. It was talk about trading for him. But if they're going to release him, then the Raiders could just pick him up. Or sometimes in these situations, at the last minute, a team will trade for a guy like that. So maybe the Raiders are on the phone right now, trading that one of them 7th round picks, or 200-something picks for Tremaine Edmonds right now, which would be a good thing. And I still would want to bring back all these guys. All right. They also had a guy, Radigan, special teamer, linebacker type. Thumbs down on him. We're not going to need him. We don't need some other guys to step on special teams. E-Rob. I'm out on E-Rob, man. I've seen enough. Not a good enough of a cover guy for me. Good guy, though. Like E-Rob. Good locker room guy, but I'm cool. Darnay Holmes. He played decently, right? I'm not mad at Darnay. But in my mind, they need to try Caillou Bukele down there at the slot corner, right? Caillou Blue under contract. He's a more aggressive, willing tackler than Darnay Holmes, and let's face it, a lot of people are going to try to run at the Raiders still. We haven't proved that we can stop the run. Until we do, people are going to run at us. So we need willing tacklers that's in the box, where a lot of times these nickel corners are. And then there's Greedy Vance as well, a guy that was developing, right? So I think Darnay can roll, which brings me to Stokes. I'm a thumbs up on Stokes. I think Stokes should be given a decent contract, not, nothing astronomical, but something that secure a good future for him and his family. I think he earned that. He stayed healthy. He said he could have played in that game that he missed against the Colts. They just held him out. So he really turned in like a full season, played decently, didn't get any picks, but wasn't out there getting burnt. He wasn't toast. He wasn't embarrassing. He was a willing tackler. I'm down to keep Stokes on defense. Just saw they had restricted free agent or exclusive rights free agent Charles Snowden that they tendered offer to. So they're trying to keep Snow. And then that brings me to Lonnie Johnson Jr. Now, here's my thought process on Lonnie Johnson Jr. When the legal tampering period starts and the Raiders are going after trench folks, both on offense and defense, I think Lonnie Johnson Jr. is expendable because the Raiders are going to go for one of these dynamic safety types in the draft. And they're going to, day one start this kid, one of those guys, right? Like a Thieneman, Halsey, or one of them type of guys, maybe even a Kamari Ramsey type guy that's in the draft. So depending on now if they come in and then they are going more receiver, running back, offensive skill type of players that they're going to be seeking out in free agency, then Lonnie might be able to stay. He did play decent, even though he got hurt. Didn't get a big sample size of him. So he's iffy. He's very iffy. And to be honest with you, leaning towards no on him. So I'm going to count him as a no. He could perhaps come back, but I'm going to count him as a no. So out of all of those guys that I named, we're going to come back with Parham, Koonce, Adams, White, and Stokes. And then Cash Money Carlson. 6 guys. I think it's 18 of them total. Parham, Koonce, Adams, White, Stokes, Carlson. I had called for Carlson's head, but if we don't get anybody better, I say resign Carlson too. 6 guys out of the 18. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I ain't going to hold you. Just win, baby.